Alright everyone, hi guys, the name's Adsila, and you probably know me from, like, the many shorts that I made. Some that aren't good, and some that are pretty good. But yeah, so today we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be voting in the the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. And I will be letting you guys see what I voted for and giving you all my thoughts on it. So here's the thing, a couple of things before I start. One, I'm just gonna kind of blitz through this and maybe give like vague descriptions as to why I think certain things should win and whatnot. There's a lot of categories here, so I'm not gonna really stay on that long because voting closes on the 27th and I am recording this on the 25th because I'm an idiot. I know like only 5 people are probably gonna listen, but hey, what the heck. So yeah, feel free to let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, and let's get to it. Let's start. So first up is Anime of the Year. Okay, this is a really difficult one because there are some good ones here. I am in particular talking about the last 4 being Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and of course Vinland Saga. Now I have not seen Oshinoko or Bocchi the Rock, but I have heard good things about them. Me personally, the choice would come down between Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 and Vinland Saga, but here's the thing. Even though I'm obsessed with Jujutsu Kaisen right now, personally, for me, as much as I do like the 4 that I kind of mentioned, I'm gonna have to give this one to Vinland Saga Season 2. Bro, listen, JJK might be the more popular choice, and I know it's probably gonna win, and no shame to that, but my thing was, personally, Vinland Saga was just so good. Like, it just showed that you really didn't have to have like non-stop action all the time just to make a good story. And the fact that it started off as that, but then it later went on to becoming a story about about Thorfinn's redemption as a person, I thought was far more interesting. And I thought that was very compelling. And as someone who really loves writing, even though I don't know if I'm that good at it, I really thought that they handled the whole situation very, very well. And I would highly recommend anyone who has not seen Vinland Saga to at least give it a try. I know some people say that, oh, season 2's boring. It's not. It's very well written. And I think also I'm not going to say I'm biased, but I also, at the same time when I was watching Vinland Saga Season 2, I was also watching The Last Kingdom, so, you know, I really like historical shows, and I think this was one show that they really portrayed the whole historical aspect really well. Whether or not it's accurate, I do not know, but as a fan of, like, historical shows like this, I really loved it. Don't get me wrong, Chainsaw Man, great. Demon Slayer, great story. I already mentioned why I picked this one, but Jujutsu Kaisen was already pretty good, but I felt that Season 2 just elevated everything. But like, personally, the reason I'm not picking JJK Season 2 is because as good as the story is, I felt that Vinland Saga just like hit harder to me and kind of hit close to home. But I really do like JJK Season 2. Hell, I'm making a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen content and I'm like obsessed with it. Maybe I'll make some stuff on Vinland Saga one day. For Demon Slayer, the problem that I had with Season 3, even though I liked it a lot, was the fact that I think, like what everyone said, I didn't feel the stakes were as high, with the exception being the last episode focusing on like how like the reaction of Nezuko possibly getting hit with the sun. I still thought it was really good. I still do like it. I love Demon Slayer, but I just didn't think it was there. Chainsaw Man is kind of on that hill, even though I probably would say I like Chainsaw Man a little more than Demon Slayer. But again, it's still kind of the first season, so there's still room for it to like change. I love the animation for Chainsaw Man, and I really like the story, but it just didn't hit as hard to me as something like Vinland Saga or Jujutsu Kaisen. So yeah, that's my vote. I'm voting for it. Also, this is probably going to be the longest that I talk about an anime on this because I'm going to kind of speed through these. But I really wanted to give people a reason as to why I picked Vinland Saga, and I really would recommend people watch it if they haven't had a chance to. I really feel that compared to all the anime on this list, Vinland Saga is kind of underrated, but yeah, I'm picking Vinland Saga. Okay, next. Okay, best continuing series. Okay, this is another difficult one. I'm not choosing Attack on Titan, because that was over. It's over. Oh, well, that was the first one. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, even though Attack on Titan is my favorite anime, I'm watching it in order with my mom, and even though I know everything about what happens, I have not gotten past the first part of season 4, so I can't vote for this one. I'm sorry, I just haven't had a chance to, but we're rewatching the series again, so I'll probably get to it. Personally, for me, It's not Demon Slayer again, even though the next arc is gonna go crazy because I have read the manga. I finished it, and I know that I know that sorry, Ufotable is putting their heart and soul into that animation. But I'm not choosing One Piece. Let's be honest. I have not seen Spy X Family. I don't think it's gonna be picked. This is kind of a hard one because again, it's between JJK and Vinland Saga. I'll probably fix my vote later. She never fixed her vote. But they're both really good. I'm very invested in both, but like, God. Just that Vinland Saga was just so good, and JJK ended up on such like an interesting place that I'm really curious for both. Fuck it. I'm going with Vinland Saga on this one. I know they're going to nominate JJK for more stuff, so I'm just going to go with Vinland Saga. All right, next. Best New Series. Okay, I have only seen Chainsaw Man, so that is the one I'm going to be voting for. Sorry. I've heard good things about Zom 100, and I'm probably going to watch it maybe tomorrow because I think I might be able to spare one episode because I'm kind of busy tomorrow. But once I watch it, I will come back and let you know what I think. I know it had a lot of problems with productions considering that it's a new series, which is okay, you know, things happen. I mean, it is a new company and that's totally fine, but I've heard good things about it. So I'm looking forward to watching that. I've also heard some things about Heavenly Delusion and Hell's Paradise. Hell's Paradise is probably, of all of them, of the three that I just mentioned, Hell's Paradise, Heavenly Delusion, and Zom 100, I'm honestly the most excited to watch Hell's Paradise and followed very closely by Zom 100. I might just go to Zom 100 first because that one's on Netflix, but I've heard so many good things about Hell's Paradise. Apparently, it's really underrated. But as a result, I've just seen Chainsaw Man on this list, and that's my vote. And honestly, I just really like Chainsaw Man a lot. In fact, I'm probably going to rewatch the series later. So, yep. Chainsaw Man is best new series. That's got my vote. Also, as a side note, I'm really upset that the director for season 1 apparently left MAPPA, which really sucks because I really loved his style. In fact, this poster right here, I actually just got the poster, and it's like somewhere in my room and I have to hang it up. But I freaking love this poster. It is so good, and the animation of the show, oh my god, it's god tier. I really, really, really hope they can still work with him, or at least bring him back, because Chainsaw Man was just so good. Okay, all right, Chainsaw Man's got my vote. Next, best film. You know what? I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I'm going with Black Clover, y'all. If you don't know a little something about me, I am a major Black Clover fan. I remember, I will admit, at first when I saw the series, when everyone was clowning on it, I kind of clowned on it a little bit too. But then when I remember I was in college and I sat down and I watched the series, and oh my gosh, I just fell in love with it within the first couple of episodes. Yeah, everyone complained about Asta yelling and everything, but it makes me so proud to see how far the series has come. Because I remember I got in an argument with somebody saying I actually preferred Black Clover over My Hero Academia when I actually started watching it, and everyone got like so mad. I'm like, Black Clover is good, guys. You just look past the screaming. It actually is really good. And the fact that now its movie is being nominated for the Anime Awards is just amazing. And if you haven't seen the movie yet and you're still clowning on Black Clover, please, at the very least, give the movie a shot. Oh god, it is so good. The animation is gorgeous. The story is great. The characters are great. The fight choreography was amazing. The fact that they put so much heart and soul into it is amazing. So if you haven't checked out Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King, please do it. It's really good. I kind of want to see the first Slam Dunk because I've heard that one's also really good, but I'll probably watch it later. Blue Giant looks interesting, though I've never seen it. But yeah, Black Clover's got my vote. Okay, best original anime. I don't recognize any of these shows. Oh no. Well, okay, I kind of recognize Buddy Daddy, so I'm just gonna give it my vote because that's the only one I kind of recognize, and I think both dudes are hot. So you know what? Yeah, I'm shallow. I'm voting for this one. All right, next, best animation. Okay, this is where things are gonna get divisive because I think that of the 6 shows that they've nominated, honestly, 5 of them are really good with their animation. So in those 5 would be Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Trigun Stampede. I have not seen Mob Psycho, so I cannot vote on it. But this is a really, really hard one. And for me personally, here's my thoughts. JJK is not going to be what I vote for. Don't get me wrong. I love the animation, but considering the fact that MAPPA did not give them enough time and considering how they were treated, I'm at kind of like odds against this. I'm on like, I have a double-edged sword. Because on the one hand, if I do vote for it, I feel like on the one hand, that gives the animators credit that we still love what they did. But the fact that MAPPA didn't give them enough time, I feel like the other shows kind of did their stuff better. Because, you know, it's still unfinished. But then again, there's also the fact that like that wasn't their fault and that MAPPA really kind of messed that up for them. So if it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of feeling. But personally, I'm going to go with what I feel is right. I'm not going to give it to JJK season 2. We got Demon Slayer, which at first I thought was going to be my vote. But the issue I had with Demon Slayer is, one, as much as I love the animation, I did feel like that CGI for a moment was just kind of, It's between Trigun and Chainsaw Man for me. And as much as I do like Trigun's animation, it was so good, especially since it was 3D. I think I might bite the bullet and go with Chainsaw Man on here because the animation was just so stellar. It did something so new. And don't get me wrong, I love Trigun's animation style, but I think Chainsaw Man has this one for me because it felt more like I was watching a movie rather than a TV show. And I really love like the art style for it. And that's why I'm so upset that the director has left MAPPA now. Oh god. And I'm really looking forward to the movie too. Chainsaw Man gets best animation. Let's go. Best character design. Okay, let's see. It's not Chainsaw Man. I like Chainsaw Man's animation. It's not getting the character design. I don't know about Oshinoko. Haven't seen Hell's Paradise. Trigun Stampede, I can't give best character design because as much as I do like the look, one thing that really disappointed me was I'm still kind of biased to Trigun's older designs, and I felt that they were just so out there. It kind of disappoints me, even though apparently Trigun Stampede is kind of a sequel, kind of not. I don't know. I liked it, but I just kind of like the old ones more. So to me, it's between Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen. And for me personally, I think I'm going to go with Demon Slayer on this one. Demon Slayer has always had stellar character designs, and season 3 was no exception. I absolutely love the main villain for that arc. What was his name? Zohakuten. Yeah, that's his name. Like, look at this character design. Look at this design. It is so clean. It is so clean, and he looks so adorable. He's so adorable. It is my personal opinion that Zohakuten, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, that season 3's villain has probably my favorite demon design aside from Gyotaro in season 2. But yeah, I just love this. Look, this shit is so clean. Look at him. I really loved whenever he was on screen. So yeah, Demon Slayer gets this one. It was close for JJK season 2. They had some good character designs, but Demon Slayer got this one. Okay, best director. Sorry, Ryu Nakayama. Is he the one that's starting the new studio? Yep, Ryu Nakayama. Yeah, I'm voting for him as best director because, man, Chainsaw Man was directed so well. He's got my vote. As someone who is a film graduate, I absolutely love the way Chainsaw Man was styled and directed. I would highly recommend a lot of film enthusiasts who want to really like animation or want to get into animation to check this show out because the directing for it is top notch. It's so ambitious. And apparently a lot of people in Japan didn't really like it, which is weird because I absolutely loved it. It made my little film heart go brrrr. I'm going with that one. Best cinematography. I think Chainsaw Man's gonna get it again. Sorry. Best art direction. It's between these 3. Sorry, it's between these 3. And why are you doing this to me? I like all 3 of these shows. I don't know. Art direction was so good in all 3 of these. Demon Slayer really popped to me. Chainsaw Man looked more realistic. Jujutsu Kaisen had a little bit of both. And that's where things are kind of getting hard. I'm at a loss, y'all. I'm at a loss, guys. I don't know what to pick. You know what? Okay, I think for this one, I'm probably probably gonna go Demon Slayer. Forget it. I'm gonna go Demon Slayer. I really love the art direction in Demon Slayer so much. I'm biased. Best romance. Okay, My Happy Marriage. Let's just skip it. My Happy Marriage is the only romance show I watch on this list, and it's my only vote, and it was so sweet. The main couple was just so cute. Okay, I'm voting for this one. Here we go. Best comedy. Now, a little something about me. I don't really watch comedies, so I cannot pick one. I didn't watch any of the shows on this season. I'm gonna skip this one because I'm not a comedy person. Best action. Shit. Okay. I'm not voting for Demon Slayer on this one. The action was good, but I didn't like it. Definitely not voting for One Piece because I haven't really watched One Piece. Bleach 1000-Year Blood War did have some good action scenes. But I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I was a little disappointed with Core 2. Mainly because I wanted a little more story in it. It's just that I just think that Core 1 was just so good, and with like both the action and the story, that I felt a little spoiled by that one. Because this one, the action was pretty good, but I felt like it was lacking that story element that the first part had. I mean, there were some scenes, you know, like the one with Yoaha, but like I wanted a little more. Now, which leads to JJK Season 2 or Chainsaw Man, and honestly, in terms of actual action choreography, sorry, I think JJK has this one in the bag. JJK's action scenes were just top notch. Specifically, the fight scene between Yuji and Choso. Oh man, that was so good. And the fight scene with Yuji and Toto as well. Any of the fight scenes with Yuji were actually top notch. And Gojo's scene, oh man, JJK Season 2 came in with their bag. But the Sukuna versus Mahoraga fight, bro. Yeah, I know that they had some problems with the production, but y'all put your whole souls into that. It still looked good. All right, I'm voting for it. Okay, best fantasy. I'm just gonna go with Demon Slayer. I haven't seen any of the other shows on here, even though I really wanted to watch Ranking of Kings, but I didn't get a chance to. Demon Slayer's got this. Okay, best drama. Oh, I did not expect drama to be on here. I'm not doing Attack on Titan, sorry. Well, I have read the manga, but you know what? Just for the sake of it, because I love Attack on Titan, I'm gonna vote for that one because My Happy Marriage I thought was the best romance. The drama was pretty good though. Vinland Saga Season 2. Oh, the drama was so good. I think I'm still gonna go with Attack on Titan for this one because that's my show, and like it had the internet broken, and I feel like I have to give it something because it's just so good. I'm giving it Attack on Titan. It's just so crazy to know that like this anime came out when I was in high school, and then 10 years later it finally ended, and I'm already out of college. I graduated. Man, I think I was like a sophomore in high school when the anime first came out. Yeah, I remember. I was a sophomore in high school because a friend showed it to me. And she thought I would like it. I'm like, I don't know. Because a lot of these shows have been coming out. They're not my favorite. And then she showed it to me and it instantly became my new favorite anime. And it's been that way ever since. And now in 2024, even though it already ended, it ended in 2023, 10 years afterwards. That's crazy. And I still have not found another show that has reached the same level of highs as Attack on Titan. It's hard to top it. Even though I have some problems with like, not really the ending, but how certain things were portrayed, I still don't think I'll ever find another show like it. It's a class on its own in terms of like plot twists, in terms of writing, plot, events. It's just so good. I would highly advise anybody who wants to get into writing or writing mystery in general to study this show. And action too. God, the action was so good. So I'm going with Attack on Titan final season. Next, best slice of life. I don't like slice of life, so I'm going to be skipping this. Best main character. Ooh, this is interesting. So, let's see. I know a lot of people are probably going to expect me to say Eren, but I'm actually going to go with Thorfinn on here. Thorfinn, in comparison to everyone on this list, I think is underrated. And I think he has some of the best character development in anime, even though I know he's not gonna win. But I gotta be down with my boy. I love Thorfinn so much. He's probably, the more I think about it, I think Thorfinn might be one of my favorite protagonists, aside from Eren. And as much as I do like Eren, I just can't bring myself to vote for him. Eren's change from like this hot-headed young teen to humanity's last hope to becoming the last thing that humanity will possibly see is probably the greatest plot twist I've seen in history. But there's a lot of things that I still personally do not like about Eren, but like that's more of a personal gripe. I'll probably get into that some other time. I just think that Thorfinn as a character, when you really get down to it, his growth from being kind of like Eren and being this hot-headed kid, but like it's mainly like both of them grew up with like trauma. it's the fact that like Thorfinn, I think, was a character that's far more realistically written, as well as someone who it takes a turn that you don't really see with a lot of anime characters, with the whole finding redemption thing, and I think it was beautifully portrayed. And I think Thorfinn is such a unique and interesting character, and it pains me that most people are probably going to overlook it just because they think season 2 was boring. So Thorfinn gets my vote. I'm sorry, Aaron, I love you. I'm sorry, Denji, I love you too, but I gotta give it to my boy Thorfinn here. Best supporting character. It's Gojo, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm a Gojo girl. I love it. I love him. Gato was close, but you know, that whole monkey stuff, that's a red flag. Side note, I just rewatched Jujutsu Kaisen with my mom, and we just finished the movie, like, I want to say a day or 2 days ago, and she freaking loves the movie. But when I showed her the Gato scene, you should have seen the look on her face. She was like, what the heck is this boy talking about with the whole monkey thing? And it's funny, and a little fun fact, if you haven't figured it out, we're black. So like that whole monkey stuff was kind of a shock to her, but at the same time it was hilarious to us. So yeah, but she really loves Gojo. She loves Gojo just like I do, and so I don't think she would fault me if I picked Gojo for this as well. So I'm voting for Gojo. Must protect at all costs character. What is Pochita doing on here? I'm still gonna vote for him, but at the same time, it's like, isn't Pochita technically dead? Does that really count? Because, like, we only saw Pochita in, like, one episode, but, what the heck. Pochita's got my pick, I guess. Keep in mind, I have not read the manga, so I don't know what the heck's going on. But, like, from what I've seen in the anime, I guess Pochita's the best option here. Like, I'm surprised Yuji isn't on here. Like, that boy's been traumatized. Why isn't he on this list? But okay, whatever. Hey, so I'm keying in, but I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't nominate Nezuko in this category, especially considering that the whole thing is that we're protecting her from the sun. And that's literally what happens in the last episode of the 3rd season. I just find that kind of strange. Best anime song. Ooh, sorry, I gotta give this one to JJK season 2. Where Our Blue is such a good song. It's so good. I like Kickback a lot, but like, I don't know, Where Our Blue is just like, I remember when it first came out, it was during the summertime, and like, it just makes me happy, but at the same time kind of sad. And I feel like that's gonna be one of those songs that people play during the summertime just to like be happy, even though all the stuff that happens in the show is sad. But it gave me like a bit of a nostalgic feeling. I really love this song a lot. It really means a lot to me on a personal level. So yeah, I'm voting for this one. All right, next. Best score. Ooh, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer's soundtrack was really good, especially the song that played when Tanjiro was about to cut off Upper Moon 4's head, when he did like the Hinakami Kagura, and it was kind of like a cha 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 cha. I don't know how the song goes, but yeah. Chainsaw Man, I don't really remember. Actually, wait a minute. Oh, I just thought of something. There is one song I do play on Chainsaw Man's soundtrack, and that is the Golden Bowlers. It is so catchy. It reminds me of Ratchet and Clank a lot. Oh, this is hard one. You know what? I'm gonna go with Chainsaw Man. Sorry, just for that song. Because I play that song like over and over again in my house. Oh, but Demon Slayer did have a good one, though. This is a hard one. I think this kind of depends on I think overall I'm probably gonna have to go with Demon Slayer on this one. Demon Slayer seemed like it had more of a balance. Even though as much as I like Golden Bowlers, that's probably the only song, the more I think about it, I can think of more songs from the actual score, as in not counting the opening and ending, that I liked from Demon Slayer versus Chainsaw Man. So don't get me wrong, I love Golden Bowlers, but I think I'm gonna give this one to Demon Slayer. Sorry, Chainsaw Man, I love you. Best opening sequence, okay. It's between Chainsaw Man and Where Our Blue is, and again, I gotta go with Jujutsu Kaisen. Sorry, Jujutsu Kaisen's opening was so good. Wait, why wasn't Shibuya's opening on here? Wow, I'm surprised that Specials was not nominated on this, because personally, as much as I love Where Our Blue is, I thought Specials looked way better, the song was better, everything about it was better. Well, the song is kind of equal, I love them both, but Specials was just so good. I really loved like the color grading that they used, that whole red to oppose to the whole blue tone from Where Our Blue Is. So I feel like I should also mention that apparently Yuki Kamiya, the director for the specials opening, is also a DP, aka he was a cameraman, and his portfolio consists of a lot of like color grading and motion graphics and stuff. Forgotten Relic did a really cool video on the subject, so I'd highly recommend you check it out. You know what? As much as I like Kickback, I'm kind of surprised they didn't choose that one. It looks beautiful, but don't get me wrong, Where Our Blue Is looks nice, but I'm kind of disappointed on that one, but I'm still gonna pick this one. Where Our Blue Is has my choice. Next, best ending sequence. Which one is this one? Oh, dude, this one was so good. Okay, this is a tough one. Honestly, between these three, I honestly wouldn't care if either one wins, because I like them a lot. I like them all equally. If I have to go with the one that I think, if I can't choose off the gun, what I usually do is I choose what resonated with me personally, and I think I'm gonna go with Akari. Akari kind of makes me sad, not just because of what happens in the story, but also from like a bit of like personal stuff. It really touched my heart when I first saw it, and it's probably my favorite one, and it really resonates with me personally. So I'm just gonna choose this one and move on before I start crying. Yep, we voted. Yay. Next. Best voice artist performance in Japanese. Why do you guys have to do this to me? Well, to be fair, this one's kind of difficult for me to vote for, because I didn't really watch. Well, actually, I should probably go with Gojo, because I did watch JJK in Japanese. I think I'm gonna go with Yuki Nakamura, because I actually watched JJK when it was airing in Japanese. And for Attack on Titan, I know Yuji Kaji is a great voice actor, but I kind of waited until the dub came out because I wanted to watch it with my mom. So Yuichi Nakamura, you did a great job as Satoru Gojo, and you have my vote. Okay, this is where things get interesting. Best voice artist performance in English. Now, as someone who is a huge fan of English dubs, I personally am going to be voting for Ryan Colt Levy as Denji. In my personal opinion, I just loved his voice acting for Denji, the dialogue, everything. I feel that Chainsaw Man's dub in general was phenomenal. And I'd highly recommend anybody who is watching or who wants to watch Chainsaw Man to please watch it dubbed. It's probably the only show on this list that I will say you have to watch it dubbed. In fact, I feel that Chainsaw Man's dub is probably going to be one of those shows, kind of like with Yu Yu Hakusho, where anytime someone recommends it, they're going to say, no, watch the English dub. It's so much better. And respect all the Japanese voice actors. Ryan Colt Levy's voice acting for Denji is what I automatically hear or think of whenever I see Denji. If I see a picture of Denji, I just think of him saying, sit your dumb ass down. It's hilarious. I know a lot of people would probably have wanted me to choose Johnny Young Bosch, and he did amazing as Ichigo, but Ichigo wasn't really in the series for that long in part 2. It was mainly about everyone else, so I can't bring myself to vote for him, even though he's a great voice actor too. Hey, I'm jumping in again, but personally, the way I see this, they should have nominated Johnny Young Bosch as Vash instead of Ichigo, especially considering how much more of a presence that Johnny Young Bosch had in that series versus part 2 of Bleach, considering that Ichigo wasn't really in it that much, whereas Vash, he had more range. I know that a lot of people might disagree with me on that, but that's just me. Now, I understand some people might say it's because they didn't want to nominate 2 actors from the same show, which I'm still going to kind of call into question considering that you guys did that for JJK. As far as I'm concerned, if you can nominate 2 characters from the same series, I see no reason why you cannot nominate 2 English voice actors from the same show. Now, the math is not mathing. For that matter, why wasn't Alex Lee nominated for his role as Thorfinn rather than Abby Trott for Nezuko? Like, I know people like Nezuko, I like her too, and I think Abby Trott is a great voice actress, but she only had like 5 lines, mainly muffles and growls. That doesn't really count. It's like there's some tomfoolery going on around there. And I'm not saying this just because I'm biased towards Vinland Saga. Go back and rewatch the series. He does a really good job voicing Thorfinn, and it's a very difficult role to pull off. It's really making me question what the hell is going on behind the scenes with the nominations, because this does not make sense at all. But again, that's just me. Mr. Levy or Levi, if you are here and you are listening to me, which you probably aren't, I salute you, sir. You are an amazing voice actor, and I hope one day I can work with you. I'm picking Mr. Ryan Colt Levy, or is it Levi? Levy. Oh my god, it's Levy. I was pronouncing it wrong the whole time. I'm sorry, Mr. Levy. You're a phenomenal voice actor. I apologize. I'm sorry. I thought it was Levy. Oh gosh. Please forgive me. I'm voting for you. I hope that makes up for it. Oh boy. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, well. Okay, so it started from the beginning and wow. Yeah, so I just finished voting. Let me go and look through one more time to make sure I got everything that I wanted. But other than that, yeah, I think that this is it. So this is a TLDR. I'm just gonna make this in case people didn't want to watch the whole video. So here we go. TLDR, Anime of the Year, Vinland Saga Season 2. Best Continuing Series, Vinland Saga Season 2. Best New Series, Chainsaw Man. Best Film, Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King. Best Original Anime, Buddy Daddies. Best Animation, Chainsaw Man. Best Character Design, Demon Slayer. Best Director, Ryu Nakayama, Chainsaw Man. Best Cinematography, again, Chainsaw Man. Best Art Direction, Demon Slayer, Swordsmith Village Arc. Best Romance, My Happy Marriage. Best Comedy, did not vote, have not seen any of them, so it would not be fair. Best Action, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Best Fantasy, Demon Slayer. Best Drama, Attack on Titan, the final season. Best Slice of Life, did not vote. Again, I have not watched a lot of these Slice of Life shows, so it's gonna be skipped. Best Main Character, Thorfinn. Best Supporting Character, Satoru Gojo. Must Protect at All Costs Character, Pochita. No, I still don't know why they're even on this list, but whatever. Best Anime Song, Where Our Blue Is, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Best Score, Demon Slayer. Best Opening Sequence, Where Our Blue Is. Even those specials should have been nominated. Best Ending Sequence, Akari. Best Voice Artist Performance, Yuichi Nakamura, Satoru Gojo. Best Voice Artist Performance in English, Ryan Colt Levy, Denji. Please say I pronounced that right. Oh, and we're back at the beginning. Thank you all so much for watching and tuning into this. And if you like my choices, or if you dislike my choices, please let me know in the comments and let me know what you think. So yeah, I'll see you in the next vid. Bye-bye.